Hi everyone, thanks again for visiting my channel, Crocheting Around My Kitchen Table. Please be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on those notifications so you know when I upload a new video. This tutorial is for my Fidget Pumpkin Keychain. For this project, you will need any worsted weight yarn. I like to use a thicker yarn because I find that it helps the bauble simulate the quiet popper better. I'm going to be using Yarn Bees Soft and Sleek in Pumpkin Spice. And for the stem, you can use any color. I usually use a brown, but for the video purpose, we're going to be using a soft green so you can see where I'm putting the stitches and what they look like. I'm going to be using Red Heart Super Saver in Frosty Green, another worsted weight. You will need 2 hooks. You will need an H hook for the crocheting and a smaller hook for fitting into the pony beads. And you can use any pony beads you like. I'm going to be using just 6 orange pony beads because I like it to look a little bit like the pumpkin itself. You will need scissors. You will need a needle. And because I made it into a keychain, you will need a keychain. So let's get started. You will begin by placing your pony beads onto the yarn prior to crocheting and then making a magic circle. I usually do mine by just wrapping the yarn around my 2 fingers, grabbing that left yarn with my hook, pulling it through, pinching it, and then weaving the working yarn into my left hand where I'm ready to begin. So in the first round, we're going to chain 1, and then we're going to place 12 single crochet into the magic circle. And I will meet you back when I have all 12 single crochet. I have finished making all 12 single crochet in round 1. Now I'm going to slip stitch into that first single crochet we made to close out round 1. I'm going to pull this tail just a little bit tight. I like to leave it a little loose so that I can see the stitches that I'm going to be working in round 2. Round 2 is our bobble stitch round. So we will begin by placing a bobble stitch into the next stitch over from our slip stitch. We're going to yarn over, insert our hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over through the first 2 loops, and you will repeat that 4 more times. Yarn over, insert our hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over through the first 2 loops, yarn over, insert our hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over through the next 2 loops, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over through the first 2 loops, yarn over, insert our hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over through the first 2 loops. We have 6 loops on our hook. We're going to yarn over and go through all 6 of those loops and chain 1. In the next stitch over, we're going to place 1 single crochet. Then we're going to repeat bobble single crochet into the next 2 stitches. Bobble here, single crochet here, and I will meet you back here. I have finished making my second bobble and my second single crochet. So it's bobble, single crochet, bobble, single crochet. In the next stitch, we're going to place 1 slip stitch. In the next stitch over, we're going to place 1 single crochet. Then we're going to place a bobble and a single crochet into the next 2 stitches. So that's yarn over, insert our hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, insert our hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over through the first 2, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over through the first 2 loops, and the last time, yarn over, insert, making sure we have 6 loops on our hook, yarn over through all 6, of those loops, chain 1 and single crochet. I'm going to repeat that pattern, bobble, single crochet into the next 2 stitches. Bobble, single crochet, and I will meet you back here. I finished my repeat of bobble, single crochet. In the next stitch over, I'm going to place 1 single crochet. We're going to find where we slip stitched into the first round, which is right here, and we're going to insert our hook and make another slip stitch to close out round 2. Beginning round 3, I'm going to turn the piece towards me. There is a long right V-stitch to the right of that bobble, that first bobble, and there is a chain 1 that we use to close off the bobble in round 2. I'm going to place 1 single crochet into that long right V-stitch. I'm going to chain 2. I'm going to remove the larger hook, turn the piece around, bring up a bead towards that loop. I'm going to take the smaller hook that will fit through the pony bead, slide it the opposite end of that loop, slide it through the pony bead, grab the loop, pull it through the bead, slide it onto the chain 2, turn the piece back around, grab the larger hook, and continue to crochet. At the top of that bobble stitch, I'm going to place 1 double crochet. In the single crochet to the left of the bobble stitch, I'm going to place 1 double crochet. I'm going to chain 2 and place my second bead. I have finished placing my second bead on the chain 2. In the right stitch of the second bobble, we're going to place 1/2 double crochet. At the top of the second bobble, we're going to place 1/2 double crochet. And then we're going to chain 2, and I'll place my third bead. I have placed my third bead. We're going to skip the single crochet to the left of the second bobble. In that slip stitch we made in round 2, we're going to place 1 single crochet. Then we're going to chain 2 and place our fourth bead. I have finished placing my fourth bead. At the top of the bobble, that chain 1, we're going to place 1/2 double crochet. In the next stitch, the single crochet, we're going to place 1/2 double crochet. I'm going to chain 2 and place my fifth bead. I've finished placing my fifth bead. I'm going to place 1 double crochet into the right V-stitch of that fourth bobble. I'm going to place 1 double crochet at the top of the fourth bobble. I'm going to chain 2 and place my last and sixth bead. I have finished placing my sixth bead, but before I go on, I want to mark where I'm going to place my stem and the keychain loop. You have 2 stitches left, 2 single crochets. In the last single crochet, I'm going to mark the back loop only with a stitch marker. That's where my keychain loop is going to go. And I want to be able to find it because I'm going to make the stem in the front loop of the last single crochet. So to finish the bobble and the single crochet and do the join, I'm going to insert my hook into that single crochet next to the bobble. It's kind of hidden, so it's fluffy. Insert my hook, bring up a loop, and this is where I'm going to join the green yarn. And we're going to join the green yarn. I place a loop on my hook, and I'm going to bring it through the 2 loops I made to create that single crochet. And now on to the stem. Beginning the stem, I placed the 2 little tails. The orange I trimmed, the little tail from the beginning of the green yarn. I put them in front of the green yarn that's woven through my hand, the one that's still attached to the yarn ball, because I'm going to anchor them. I'm going to begin the stem by slip stitching into that front loop of the last single crochet where that stitch marker is. Insert my hook, and I'm going to make a slip stitch. I'm going to begin the stem by chaining 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to make a single crochet in the second chain from the hook. And I'm going to slip stitch back to the beginning. 2 and 3. I'm going to slip stitch back into that front loop in the same place, and I finished my stem. To begin our keychain loop, I'm going to find the stitch marker, and there's the stitch that it's holding onto. I'm going to insert my hook into that stitch where the stitch marker is, and I'm going to make 1 slip stitch. And now I'll begin my keychain loop. I'm going to chain 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. I'm going to lay it down because I'm going to trim my green yarn. And this is just how I put on the keychain. You guys don't have to do this. I just do it this way because it's easier for me rather than fussing with key rings. I'm always scratching up my hands. Okay. Just slide it onto there. Then I'm going to put this on the right so I don't get it tangled up. I'm going to turn it back around. Find my stitch marker again. Then I'm going to, in the same, let's get that so you can see it better. Oh, these little tails. There we go. Okay. So you can see that better. We started out here. We have the chain. We put the keychain loop on there. Back into the same stitch as that stitch marker to the right of that chain. Oh, it's getting blurry. I'm going to make another slip stitch. I'm going to chain 1 and pull the yarn through. If that didn't get too blurry, you can see that keychain loop is in the back. We have the keychain loop. Take out that stitch marker. We have the keychain loop. We have the stem. And we have a fidget pumpkin keychain. I have already woven in all my ends. Here is the same color with the brown stem, which I prefer on my pumpkins. You can always go to a brighter yarn with solid beads instead of the clear orange beads. Brown and green stem. And you can always use variegated yarn with a color change in the stem as well. This pony bead is clear with gold flecks. And you can always just not do a color change for the stem and let the variegated yarn do its thing. Very pretty. You can also do the chic white pumpkin with the brown stem. This pumpkin I did was with bulky yarn, clear pony beads with gold flecks. The way I did this one, however, I went down 2 hook sizes, but I might go down even further to an F hook or a 3.75 millimeter. The pony beads are just a tad bit too tight, so a smaller hook might work better with bulky yarn. This has been my video tutorial for my Fidget Pumpkin keychain. Thanks again for visiting my channel, Crocheting Around My Kitchen Table. Please be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on those notifications so you know when I upload a new video. Thanks again for watching.